Okay, I chose the word Rapunzel and immediately thought of the Disney movie Tangled. So I decided to research it more in depth, and I learned that the story actually dates all the way back to 1634. I remember hearing this fairy tale growing up, but I didn't realize it had been around that long. So in 1634 is where the story was first began, and it was not called Rapunzel yet. The original name of the story was Petronella, and it was written by Guillaume Battista Basile. We're going to go with that. So, in 1698, it was later published again, but the title changed from Petronella to Personette, and the story was adapted from Petronella. Oh yeah, it was adapted from Petronella, and that was by author Charlotte Rose de Coumont de la Force. And it does not note that there were any changes made between Petronella and Personette. So 1790, again, like all the other adaptations, this one was taken from Personette. And this is by author Frederick Scholes. And he actually decided to change the story to Rapunzel. So that's how the story became Rapunzel. Then in 1812, the next version was written by Brothers Grimm, and they adapted it from the Scholes version of Rapunzel. So the most common version that we grew up with was probably the Brothers Grimm, and it's changed over time. Obviously, things are different. But the most recent version that I could think of was Disney's Tangled. And so I'm not going to explain the story. Most of us already know the story, so I'm just going to give you like a few differences from each of the stories. So back in the beginning, when it first started, in Tangled now, it's like there's a witch in all the versions, and the name is Gothel, and she has Rapunzel trapped in a tower. In the very first version, her dad trapped her in the tower, so that's how those two are different. And then in Tangled, they also use, in every version is a prince. In Tangled, it's actually just a commoner, like a thief, and he's trying to run away. And his name is Flynn Rider. And then in all these other ones, her hair is magical. Her hair is magical in this one, but it actually heals things and cures things. In these other versions, it doesn't. And the way that the story ends is different. So in the old versions, Gothel cuts off Rapunzel's hair because she finds out about the prince, and she sets her out into the woods to fend for herself, and she puts Rapunzel's hair down, and the prince calls for her hair to light him up into the tower, and it's actually Gothel, and she throws him out of the tower, and he lands on thorns, and it blinds him, and that's the version. And then he later finds Rapunzel again in the forest, and when she cries, it cures his blindness. And then in Tangled, which is now the version that I'm aware of, similar, but when she has Rapunzel locked up, she cuts Rapunzel's hair off. When Flynn Rider gets up to the tower, they push Gothel out of the window, and they get married, and Rapunzel is actually the prince.